Hi, boys and girls. So, this week we were in for a little bit of a change. So, please make sure you listen very carefully to this video. Rewatch it as many times as you need to, just in case you have questions. So, the whole objective of the whole week is for you to use the writing process to plan, draft, revise, edit, and publish a narrative from a nonfiction source. So I walked you through this step by step last week with the nonfiction source of the Caribbean Sea, and I even planned out a organizer for you or with you using some of your feedback, and then you created your own story at the end of the week. Well, this week you are doing it all on your own, and this is our final week of narrative. Well, next week we have 2 days, and we'll be doing something a little different with narrative. But for this week, this is a big project that is all going to be about your independent work. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you produce based on what we've been working on together for the last couple weeks. So, um, let me walk you through the different parts of your assignment. So for the Explore slide, there's going to be a video that I'm making right now. Will be right here. So you're obviously watching that. So awesome job. Already off to a good start. And then this over here is the same lesson. I've put on quite a few of your writing lessons last week, but it is the anchor chart slides. So I wanted to keep posting that because I do want you to keep refreshing yourself on the different anchor charts. The first one is always like the narrative. What is narrative writing? Then we go through the organizer outline that you can use. So make sure you copy this down for your plan, and that's for day one. And then there's some other things in there about how to use dialogue and how to use elaboration and things like that. So make sure you watch that video, and that'll be really helpful. Then
Hi,
on,
boys
oh,
and girls. So
no,
today I wanted to
that's not what
talk
I
to
wanted
you
to do.
about.
Sorry. I want to move to the next slide. There we go. And then you'll notice that the apply slide, I'm just going to go ahead and exit out of it actually. You'll notice that the apply slide and the explain slide is swapped. So again, this is why I'm going through this very carefully with you. There is a reason for that. So the apply slide comes first. This week, notice it says this week's graded task. So you are not going to have turn this in today for the first day. You actually have this assignment all week. So you can work on it all 5 days, all week. The whole idea is that you start to learn a little bit more about pacing yourself out using the writing process. So you have your making your plan, your drafting, revising, editing, and publishing. Now, if you notice, there's 5 parts to a writing process. So if it happens to be you want to take one day for each part of that, then by all means do that. Some people take a couple more days to plan and like one day to draft and then one day to revise and edit. Sometimes some people take a lot longer to draft. So I'm giving you a little bit more choice this week. And all I have to say is that each part of these need to be done and completed, and it all needs to be turned in by Friday. So that is where I'm at with that. Um, each thing that you'll notice that has a blue, those are links. Okay, so it says read the prompt. You need to click on that, and it takes you to the prompt. Right here it says read the nonfiction source. You need to click on that, and so on and so forth. So each thing that is blue or underlined or highlighted or says click here, those are items that are linked, and you need to check those out. Then on the explain slide, you'll notice there's only one Flipgrid link, which some of you will be super happy with that. There's actually directions right here. If you click on this audio, there's a 2-minute, 2.5 minute instructions on this slide. But I will say it in this video as well, is that you're using the same link all week to basically just leave me any kind of questions that you have or feedback or check in for the day of what you're working on and what kind of things you might need from me to help you with your writing. So this Flipgrid link is basically like a direct line to me to be able to leave me a video clip, an audio video clip of what you might need for the day or what you're struggling with, or just check in with me and tell me what you're working on. And that would be great. So that's the same link you're using all week. And then just to kind of flip back to the apply slide here, You'll notice it says watch this, watch this. Yes, those are things you need to watch. Those are helpful videos on revising and editing, something that most of you need the most help with. A big part too, right here, you'll notice on the revising part, read it out loud to an adult at home. That's super important. That'll help you a lot because then they can ask you questions on, what are some things that maybe that you didn't read or didn't explain, and they'll be able to ask you those questions to help you out there. Then the final thing I'm going to say is that your Google Doc is attached to the assignment on Google Classroom, just like I've done in the past. You'll just keep going back, obviously, to that same Google Doc. Once you start drafting, you'll use that same Google Doc for your revising and your editing. And then on your publishing day, which should be toward the end of the week, then you click turn in on this assignment. So you should not be turning this assignment in. If you return it to me on Monday, I will be returning it right back to you because there's no way that you did all of the things in one day. And if you did, then you rushed way too much through it, and I'm going to end up commenting on your writing to make it better anyway. So might as well don't rush and take your time. And really work through this writing process with integrity and use the different resources. You can even go back to week 12's writing assignment lesson slides, and you can rewatch some of those videos on whenever I was showing you how to do the Caribbean writing prompt to help you out with knowing what kind of things I'm going to be looking for here. So good luck with it. Feel free to ask me questions and log into the 11:30 reading writing help if you're struggling, if you need clarification. I'm not going to do it for you. I really like this to become a more independent project, but I just wanted to change writing up a little bit this week and just basically give it all to you in one day, and then you have the whole week to get it done. So happy writing, and thanks for listening.